very much new in Buddhism. So you really need to going to establish very strong and stable foundation of the Dharma. Right? If you already attend, many times in Dharma class, still I think you really need to reorientate your understanding of Dharma. Particularly, you really need to reorient your practicing in Dharma. There's a two important. First, if you are totally new, you can establish, very strong foundation of the Dharma. Because many of Buddhist people all over the world, particularly in Singapore, so we have many of Dharma brother and sister who don't have the solid foundation of understanding of Dharma and studying of Dharma. Therefore, first reason I start the class to have the right, solid understanding of Dharma. Number one. Number two, if you are already, have been studying Dharma for quite a long time, so many years, attending class for many times, still you have a lot of confusion. For example, when we go to supermarket, we can see there's so many things in the supermarket, right? So we need to know which section we need to go to in the morning, so afternoon, so what things we need to buy. Therefore, we need to put all your practice in order. Then you won't have a confusion when you practice Dharma. There's two reasons. First, establish solid understanding of Dharma. Second, for you more easy to practice Dharma free from all the confusions. With these two reasons, I start this class for beginners. So therefore, we start the class, right? Second, some of you are very new in, coming TBC, attend my class. I have to be very clear for all of you that Tibetan Buddhist Center is open for everybody, believer, non-believer, whether the believer or Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Buddhist, whether the Buddhist, which tradition you follow, whether you follow Mahayana, Theravada, or different a tradition like Nyingma, Kagyu, Sakyaki, no matter, this center is open for everybody. Number two, when you attend class in different center, then the center, most center consider, you coming my center, our center, since today you look like belongs to the particular center. No. You can come to TBC, you can attend my class, also you can attend a class from other master. We never consider you always must come to TBC. You are belongs to TBC. No, you have a freedom to go anywhere. But when you go other centers, when you attend other teaching, make sure before you attend the teaching going to give in the center is relevant or not for me. So you have to be very clear before you attend the teachings, right? Then, second, so our class, it takes maybe 4 or 5 months to finish the kind of 4 books. One, the Four Noble Truths. a Sutra of Will of Dharma, about the Four Noble Truths, right? So we have some friends who are attending class through Zoom. Most of them are not in Singapore. Therefore, I said if they're okay to attend the teaching, my teaching in Zoom, by Zoom. The Four Noble Truths. The sutra is very, like a small, very simple, maybe few pages. But the meaning is very important. It has a deep meaning. All the Buddha teachings, Sutrayana or higher Tantrayana, Vajrayana, any we can give a name. All the teachings taught by Buddha is based on the Four Noble Truths. Clear? Therefore, we really need, good and deep understanding of the Four Noble Truths. Therefore, I choose the first text or, sutra is the Sutra of Will of Dharma, the first teaching taught by Buddha. Clear? Four Noble Truths. Also, many of you should not think, oh, I know the Four Noble Truths, truth of suffering, origin, suffering, Simply, you know the number of the Four Noble Truths. I don't think, many of us really know how to practice the Four Noble Truths. We don't have a, deep, good understanding of Four Noble Truths. Then we're not going to understand the Buddha teaching. We're not going to understand how to practice the Buddha teaching. We're not going to understand how we, all sentient beings, can be freed from suffering. The Four Noble Truths is very important. Four Noble Truths. Second, I'm going to explain the Rice, Seedling Sutra. The Rice Seedling Sutra is a more detailed explanation about the Four Noble Truths. So second text is more clear, going to be more clear about the Four Noble Truths. Once we have, good understanding of Four Noble Truths, dwelling in the dependence, then the third text, Sutra, I'm going to use the meditation of the middle stage. Then slowly you're going to learn how to, really practice the Dharma, how to do meditations. Number 3. Number 4, in the future, if we have a, little time, then we go through maybe 10, 20 classes with engage into Bodhisattva way of life by Shantideva. That means first, Four Noble Truths. Second, deeper understanding of Four Noble Truths. Third, going to learn how to do meditation. Fourth, how to practice the Bodhisattva path. How to achieve Buddhahood. So we need only this, like a 4 sutras, 4 teaching. Four Noble Truths, then the Rice Seedling Sutra, the meditation, the middle stage of meditation, then engage into Bodhisattva way of life. Right? Then, if you always study these 4 sutras, your practice based on this 4 sutra, you can be very good Buddhist. You can be good Bodhisattva. You can be Buddha, because your path is very clear. In your path, in your practice, you're not going to be missing any other practice. This is the second thing I'm going to, I have to be very clear for you. Then today, as a first day of our Dharma class for beginner, I will go through, little bit from Lamrim. Lamrim. So you no need to open Lamrim. You just listen, right? So at the beginning of the Lamrim, there's a few topics are very, very important, very, very useful for you in the future, in this moment. First, Lama Tsongkhapa, before he really start, giving the Lamrim teaching, he very much focused, he very much, explained the author of the teachings. Right. Right now, we're going to study the Four Noble Truths, Rice Seedling Sutra, taught by Buddha. Taught by Buddha. Generally, as a Buddhist, right? As a Buddhist, we really believe Buddha Shakyamuni was fully enlightened being. He was Buddha. Whatever he said, whatever he taught, everything is correct. There are no any mistake. Right? We assume, we believe. Yes, there's no mistake. But there are so many teachings taught by Buddha according to the disabled, mental disposition. For example, Buddha lifetime, in the morning, Buddha was giving teaching about there's no creator. There's no such a say, there's a God who created this world, this universe. He taught there's no creator. Then there was a person, he very much believed in the God. Believe in the, in Hindu tradition, said Bhagavan. So Bhagavan also, according to Hindu tradition, like a creator. Not exactly, but mostly they say, oh, things, exist because of the, Bhagavan or Bhagavan. Then in the evening, slowly Buddha, changed the topic. He explained, oh, there's a creator, there's a God who establish, who create this universe. Then the person in the morning person wasn't happy. At evening the person was very happy. Because in the morning there were more people who don't believe in creator. Evening he thought I must give a teaching about the God because there are some people are also happy. Therefore, when we study Buddhism, Buddha teaching, we need to know which one is actual meaning, which one is the literature meaning. Right? Therefore, yes, Buddha, Shakyamuni was a Buddha. There's no mistake, but still we need to learn so many things, which is we can take practice in our daily life. Certain things we cannot practice our daily life. Right? Therefore, author. Likewise, before we receive teaching from other guru, other rinpoche, other lama or sifu, at least we need to know the qualification of the guru. Right now, make sure I'm here as your dharma friend. I'm here as your teacher. I can instructor. I cannot be your guru. Sure, make sure. So before you really receive the teaching from someone as your guru, you need to know the qualification, the quality of the guru, right? But what we do normally, generally, if there's a big poster with a famous name of the guru or teacher, you never think about the qualification. You just run and attend the teaching since you consider this person is my guru. But you really don't know the qualification of the guru. The person can be your guru or not. Am I right? For example, when you are sick, you have a serious kind of sickness, you're not going to see any doctor. Before you see doctor, you check the qualification. You check the quality of the doctor, am I right? Then slowly you go to see doctor. Likewise, before you attend any kind of initiation, any kind of teaching from someone, you need to check the qualification of the guru or Rinpoche, particularly Rinpoche. So when you check the qualification of the Rinpoche, because a very Tibetan tradition, it's mentioned, oh, these Rinpoche is like 10, 20, 30, 30 or 40 reincarnation. In his previous life, he was, very famous, very high practitioner, having, thousands of disciples, having, a lot of realization. Then that qualification, we believe this current Rinpoche, the current, reincarnation still possess all the qualification is not true. No matter the previous life, you need to check, you need to know the current qualification. For example, doctor. And the doctor, when he was young, he was naughty, he was, like bad boy, she was a bad girl, naughty girl. No matter, you need to check the person as a doctor, the qualification. The previous life, he or she was famous or not, no matter. The current qualification is very important. Because last time, somebody sent me, the biography of the Rinpoche. He was asking, is the Rinpoche is very good or famous, blah, 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 blah. Almost 2 pages is the introduction about his previous life. There's a very few short sentence about the qualification about this lifetime. Therefore, at the beginning, you need to check the qualification of the person who going to give teaching, who taught the Dharma. Therefore, the first, the greatness of the teachings author. Then number 2, the greatness of the teaching. The greatness of the teaching. So before also right now, we're going to study Four Noble Truths, the Sutra, Rice Seedling. We need to check the teaching is authentic or not. Because in the past, in India, in Tibet, in China, Thailand, Burma, many Buddhist countries, there were so many fake teachings, fake initiations, fake gurus and lama. Right? Therefore, we need to check the teaching is authentic or not. According to Tibetan tradition, we said, the water resources of the waters, it need to go always all the way to the snow mountain. In Tibet, all the water, actually coming from the snow mountain. Therefore, all the teaching we're going to receive, we're going to study, make sure the teaching is all the way, come from Buddha Shakyamuni. Not sure the teaching, not, credit or, make a new teaching by someone. This day, yes, we know there are so many, Guru, Rinpoche, Master, Sifu, people say, oh, I'm a very nice person. I found new teaching. It's very simple. If you practice this teaching, you can be Buddha very quickly, very fastly. Right? It's not true. Therefore, second, you need to check the qualification, the quality of the teaching. Then next one. So you check the teacher, the author, you check the teachings, the both are very authentic, let's say. The next, how to listen the teaching, how to listen and explaining the teaching. That means as a student, how we should listen the teaching, from someone. As a teacher, as a guru, how the guru or teacher must explain the teaching, how he or she must explain the teachings. That means talking the true qualification of the student and qualification of the like a teacher or guru. So how to listen and explain the teaching? First, as a key, contemplating the benefit of the hearing the teaching. Because before we study, we need to listen. We need to hear from someone, right? For example, in order to become a good cook, first the person need to see or need to listen from someone. Then slowly the person is going to learn how to cook good food. Am I right? Then first you need to listen. Then second, you need to practice. Then third, you're going to be very good master in cooking. How to listen? I mean, contemplating the benefit of hearing the teachings. So before we practice, we need to hear, we need to listen. So what is the benefit of listening teaching? Number one. Number two, then developing the reverence for the teaching and the instructor. Therefore, gradually, in the Buddhist society, as a Buddhist, many people, they really don't have respect to the teachings, like Lamrim, the Sutra, that is same as a common book. No, you must have a high respect to all the teaching in no matter which language. Respect the teachings and also respect the instructor or the teacher. Number three, how you actually listen. Then rely on the sixth idea, abandoning the three falls of the Vesa. So let's say, before you listen teaching, you need to know the benefit of listening teachings, right? For example, when you attend a lecture from somebody is going to give a lecture about economics. If you don't do a lot of the business thing, you no need to attend the lecture who's going to give a lecture about the economics. If you don't have any kind of health issue, physical health issue, you no need to attend the like a lecture about giving teaching how to be physically healthy. Therefore, first you need to know the benefit of listening teaching. Right now, because you are in TBC, going to attend the teaching, right? Teaching the Four Noble Truth, whatever teachings. You need to know what benefit I can have, right? When you do business, when you're going to open a restaurant, we think normally how much money I can make. So what kind of benefit I can have, right? We think first you need to know, you need to realize what is the benefit I can have after I listen the teachings. Then when you actually listen the teaching, then there's two conditions. abandoning the three folds of the vessel, relying on the six idea. First, I will explain a little bit the benefit of listening teachings. Another problem I have seen, so since I came to Singapore, since I have been a resident teacher at TPC, I can see there's some problem within my Dharma friend. The more they study in Dharma, the more increase their ego. The more study Dharma, the person, increase more their pride. It's no good. No good at all. Then slowly the person has some kind of Dharma knowledge, understanding of Dharma. Then slowly, instead of practicing Dharma, the person always, pointing their finger towards someone. Oh, this guru no good, this lama no good, this student no good. Instead of practicing Dharma, they're pointing, their faults. It's no good. The more you study Dharma, the more you have to be very calm, very soft, very calm, very happy. Particularly, the more you study Dharma, or you become more easy person, how to overcome all the problems. Of any problems, economic problems, health problems, relationship problems, family problems. So everybody has problems, right? Therefore, Dharma, understanding of Dharma can help you to overcome the problems. For example, somebody has a serious physical problem, physically very unhealthy, having certain kinds of, cancer. So when you understand, when you have a good understanding of Dharma, for you, very easy to overcome the suffering of the sickness, suffering of the cancer. When you have a good understanding of Dharma, for you, very easy to overcome the family problems, financial problem, right? Therefore, the benefit of listening or hearing the teachings. Therefore, one of the sutra says, through hearing, phenomena are understood. Phenomena are understood. Mean when you study Dharma, when you listening, teaching, slowly you're going to understand the actual reality of the phenomena, actual truth of the phenomena. So when you really realize, understood the actual reality of phenomena, there's been almost half of our negative thoughts can be, like a decrease. So many of us, right, attending Dharma class for many times, we study Dharma for many times, but our negative emotion is increasing more and more, and not decreasing, increasing, because we don't understand, we don't have a good, right understanding of the phenomena. Clear? So when you study Dharma, you're going to understand, the phenomena. Through like a hearing, phenomena are understood. For example, time. We really don't know the time. We mix up the time. For example, many of you, I have seen, like, let's say last month. So you came to TBC today. Then I think, oh, I'm pointing you. Oh, I met you last week. Right? We say, oh, I met you last week. That means we have a confusion about the timing. The person whom you met last week, the person not here. Am I right? The person who are here, the person is not, for example, Raffle Place. So the person whom you are met in Raffle Place, at Raffle Place, that person no more. The persons who are in TBC right now, the person who are not at the Raffle Place. So we have a confusion about timing. We have a confusion about the the entity. We thought just same person. Also, for our perception, for based on our understanding, we know the conditioned phenomena. Right? Conditioned phenomena mean depend on causes and condition. We name conditioned phenomena. Right? No, all conditioned phenomena, no matter it's expensive, cheap, very famous, no matter all conditioned phenomena changing momentarily. It's really changing momentarily. It's look like changing faster than the moving the light speed. Right? In these days, the moving the light speed is the faster, moving very fast, right? Actually, everything around us, our body, our mind, our possession, our family, our house, our property, everything actually is a changing momentarily. It's a moving towards ending, right? Our life, right now, us like over 50, over 60. We thought, so I still can, survive another like 40 or 50 years. There's no certainty. Therefore, we have a confusion about the reality of the phenomena. Things changing momentarily, but we don't understand. We don't understand, therefore, one day there's a big things happen, we feel very upset. For example, you bought a very expensive car. When we buy a car, we buy a car with the insurance, insurance, car insurance, house insurance, health insurance. We buy insurance, make sure something happen. We thought make sure one day something happen. I have insurance. We know one day happen, but we never know every day is happening. Our life. Actually, sometimes we feel bit upset when we think, okay, I'm moving towards death. They're really moving. Nobody can control the timing. Even the Buddha is a very powerful person. He or she cannot control our death. We have to go one day. Therefore, we are really moving towards death. For example, my experience, when I go around, I just sit, somewhere in the next to the highway, big road. You can see how many cars are moving, other side and this side, moving. And imagine all the cars moving on the road, moving towards the end. There's an ending, right? There's ending of the car, there's ending of the life. So we have a confusion about the phenomena. Not only that, more maybe talk about more like a subtle or deeper level. In reality, all phenomena around us, anything, permanent, impermanent, expensive, cheap, good, everything around us is look like totally kind of like illusion, like a dream, like a rainbow in front of you. Looks very beautiful, very colorful, right? When you go more closer to the rainbow, can you see the rainbow? Cannot. You cannot see. Where's the rainbow? I cannot see. When you walk further, more far away, when you look at back, you can see there's a rainbow. Therefore, all phenomena around us beautiful, ugliness. Whatever we believe, those all look like rainbow in the sky. When you analyze the phenomena, there's nothing you can say, this is this, like a person. I'm sitting here, I sit here, I'm talking to you. When you look at me, you say, oh, there's a Lama, Tibetan Lama, or Geshe Yonten. You can see my body. When you come closer and closer, you can see my head. When you open the skin, you can see the bone and the blood, and you go in and in. There's nothing. Also, we have a confusion. Therefore, the first line, through hearing, phenomena are understood. So, what is the benefit when I understood Dharma? Then again, you really understood all conditioned phenomena are impermanent, changing momentarily. Let's say one day, one of your best friend died. You're not going to feel, you feel very upset. You're not going to, crying for many, many hours because at the beginning you knew it's going to happen. When you lost your dear mother, your dearest father, your dearest sister, or your dearest loved one lost, you can bear the suffering because you knew it's going to happen, or I knew it's going to happen. Right? Is the benefit. Also, when you understood Dharma, so when you feel you're going to get angry with someone, you can stop there. You're not going to escalate the anger more and more. You're going to stop. You're able to control the anger. You're going to control the attachment. For example, anger, brings lots of problems. Am I right? You can see in the family levels, in the business level, with your coworker, your relatives, your friends, anger brings a lot of problems. If the anger not bringing a lot of problem for others, it makes you a lot of problem, makes you very unhappy. And when you're very angry yourself, then what happens? You cannot sleep well. Am I right? Then slowly you need to take the sleeping pills, the sleeping tablets. When you're very angry yourself due to some reason, somebody offer you very nice food. You cannot feel the taste. The food doesn't have a taste. Even the food is very famous, very nice one, for you, just piece of trash. This anger is very bad. So when you understood Dharma, you totally you're able to stop anger arising. You can stop anger arising in the halfway. Immediately you're able to control the anger. Attachment, right? Attachment. Because we don't understand Dharma, therefore many people get very angry. We have a lot of angry people around us. Angry people. Because the person don't understand Dharma. I'm not saying, because those persons are not Buddhist. Whether you're Buddhist or not is a different things. When you understood the reality, you can control anger and attachment, desire, ego, pride, all the negative thoughts you can control, be controlled. Imagine one day you're able to control all the negative thoughts. Then you can be one of the happiest person. You can be the one of the nice person because there's no other condition makes you ugly. Am I right? Imagine, someone is very famous, very beautiful, very attractive. Immediately the person get angry. All the beautifulness has gone. Therefore, the first line, through hearing, phenomena are understood. When you understood the Dharma, the phenomena, for you very easy to control all the negative thoughts. Then you become a happy person. Not only just happy, then you are very close to the liberation. Liberation. Also, you are very close to the Buddhahood because you're going to, you're able to destroy your enemy, your inner enemy, your liberation, close to liberation. Right now, we are very far to the liberation because, number one, we don't understand Dharma. Therefore, we cannot control. Therefore, we're not able to, eliminate the negative thoughts. Therefore, liberation is just in our dream, not in our hand. The second line is the same meaning, close meaning. Through hearing, wrongdoing is overcome. Wrongdoing is overcome. When you understood Dharma, not just understand Dharma, apply Dharma. Apply Dharma in your daily life. For you, very easy to overcome from any wrongdoing. Wrongdoing, particularly, being engaged into very negative actions. But overcome from the wrongdoing, very easy to overcome from the emotional problems. Then the line number 3. Through hearing, what is meaningless is eliminate. Meaningless is eliminated. Since we were born, right? You are born. I didn't really go to college, university. Since you are born, let's say, until 20 plus, you are so busy with your study. Study and studied all the preparation for your life. And around 20s or 22, 20, 25, 24, then you got a job. Big job, small job, simple job, now you have a job. Since you're fully busy with your jobs, then let's say when you are retired, you're semi-retired, still you are busy, all day you are busy. Then you think of why I have been busy for what? Why I have been so busy? Busy for what? For what? Or for what? Right? We've been busy for what? Having a house. Yes, you already have a house. You have a food. You have a clothes. Then still we've been so busy. Most time we've been busy with the meaningless. Right? Right now, this day, people have a phone. The people always chit-chat. Sometimes, people before eat, they take a photo, post a photo. After you post photo, you're looking who is going to comment, who's going to describe. Nobody have any comment about your food, and you feel you feel very upset. Meaningless. Right? Meaningless. Then, instead of thinking yourself, instead of taking care of yourself, you are more interfere with others. My neighbors, who's going to see my neighbors, what they are doing? You are just interfering with others. It's meaningful or meaningless? Meaningless. Right? Therefore, so when you really understand Dharma, the meaningless is eliminated. The last one, through hearing, nirvana is attained. Through hearing, nirvana going to attain. Means first you listen how to attain nirvana, liberation. You need to listen carefully. After you listen, then what happened this day, we as a Buddhist, you attend many teachings. On the teaching, you are physically there, your mind is everywhere. Right now you're in TBC, someone thinking about your house, the coffee shop, food, somebody thinking about going to have a lunch somewhere, right? Thinking. First, you are not really listening the teaching. Yes, there are so many people who focusfully, listen the teaching. The problem, they don't practice it. This is a serious problem. They don't practice Dharma. They're happy to attend teaching. That means they're collecting all the information. How to become Buddha, how to become Buddhist, you're just collecting the information. But you are not practicing the Dharma. Exactly is happened for us. For example, you are sick. You're seriously ill for many, many years. You see 100 doctors. You collect 100, prescription. You want to see more doctor, collect more prescription. And you're not buying the medicine, number one. Many of you bought the medicine, not eating the medicine. Am I right? You collect all the prescription, buy all the medicine. Your house is full of medicine. Your mind is full of Dharma, knowledge. It here, okay? The knowledge is here in your brain. You never bring down to your heart. I'm not saying you, me, include me. I have a lot of Dharma knowledge. So difficult to bring the Dharma knowledge in your heart. Very easy to bring the Dharma knowledge in your heart when you are, very kind of peaceful mood. When you are alone, very peaceful mood, you are okay, you can practice bodhicitta, you can practice compassion. When you meet annoying person, Dharma go back to your brain, your heart become empty. Right? Therefore, nirvana is attained. First, listen carefully, try to understand the pure Dharma. I say pure Dharma, not artificial. Another problem we have this day, there are so many, like the gurus, teach very artificial things. They give a short initiation. Oh, you recite this mantra for a billion times, you can be Buddha, you can be Bodhisattva, you can increase your wealth. This is artificial. You just listen the teaching from the qualified gurus like Dalai Lama, Dalai Lama. He never ever said, you just attend the initiation, recite the mantra for millions of times, you become Buddha. Never. Right? Also, many of you believe in Zambala. Zambala, you want to buy Zambala. Every day you pray to the Zambala to increase your wealth. Actually, also is kind of your delusion. There's a way you can increase your wealth through praying to Zambala, but you have to go through the proper practice. Otherwise, cannot. First, we listen carefully. Second, how to understand. Then, third, practice the Dharma. Then, nirvana is very, next to you, very close to understand, close to achieve. Not that far, right? Nirvana attain. Again, I said, you collect all the prescriptions, you bought all the medicine, you don't eat. When you are headache, instead of eating the medicine you already have, again you see doctor, bring the prescription, buy the medicine in a store in your house. No point, right? Point. So let's say you are getting angry towards someone. When you realize, oh, I'm going to get angry with someone or thought some things. Let's say, oh, I'm very angry with the weather. The weather is so hot. Right? When you realize you're going to get angry, you need to remember the Dharma. The weather going to be hot. The weather going to be, cold, very cold. The weather going to be frozen. You cannot change the weather. And realize the truth. Stop getting anger to the weather. For example, when you go around when you go around around on the MRT, you can see so many different types of people. Somebody, you can see a very angry person. When you see the angry person, you get also angry. There's no point, right? If the person is angry, maybe he or she has a problem, therefore she is very angry. You should not get angry towards them. But when you see the person is angry, you get angry. When you see the person is looks, quite rich, quite wealthy, or quite beautiful, also you have a jealousy. So that means we are not practicing Dharma all the time. We practice Dharma in the morning, not afternoon, not evening. So we need to practice Dharma 24 hours, whole life. Am I right? Again, then you think, oh, if I practice Dharma, I cannot, because I cannot bring my mala everywhere. Or I cannot bring my bell and vajra everywhere. I cannot bring my Dharma text everywhere. Then how I can practice Dharma for 24 hours? There's a question. The answer is here for you. In order to practice Dharma for 24 hours, you no need to bring your mala. You no need to chant the mantra. You no need bell and vajra. You no need to bring your Dharma books with you. When you feel getting anger, remember the Buddha Dharma. Remember Dharma, just control your anger. When you feel jealousy, we can have a jealousy for many things. When you feel jealousy, remember the Dharma, control the jealousy. That means even though you are in the office, and you're doing some certain jobs, you can practice Dharma while you are walking. Very simple. When you're in office, you're really busy with the paper. When you are really busy with doing something, somebody comes say, "Hey, good morning," you're very much focused on the job. Then somebody really annoying you. That time, you need to know, yes, I'm very busy. Also, you should not get angry with the person. The person has a reason to, scold you. Just control your anger. Therefore, through hearing, nirvana is attained. On the next, I will jump other paragraph. Through hearing, you become faithful. So when you hear, you listen the teaching, you become faithful, you become more faithful through listening teaching. Otherwise, we are Buddhists. If I ask you, do you believe in next life, a previous life, karma, nirvana, liberation? Everybody say, yes, I will believe, right? I believe in dharma. I believe in nirvana, liberation, previous life. Then, when you meet someone who are totally, different, totally against with the Buddha dharma, he has a lot of logics to improve you. There's no next life. There's no previous life. There's no karma. There's no Buddha. There's no pure land. He give you a lot of, kind of logics. Then slowly, first you thought, no. There's a Buddha. You really said there's. The person, give you a lot of, with the reasonings, then you have a doubt, right? Doubt about next life, previous life, liberation. Then slowly you think, oh, I don't think there's a previous life. There's no karma. Because your faith, your belief in, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, liberation is not based on logics, not based on reasoning, not based on, listening the Dharma properly. Therefore, he said, through the hearing, you become faithful. And your delight in virtues become steadfast. Wisdom arises and delusion will vanish. Wisdom arises. The more you study Dharma, the wisdom more increase. The wisdom more increase, the ignorant going to vanish, going to wash away. By Dharma. Wisdom arises, delusion will vanish. This is worth buying even with your flesh. Dharma is very important. In order to learn, in order to listen the Dharma, so even though it costs your life, it is a very worth. Hearing the Lamb, that dispel the darkness of the delusion. The supreme well, that cannot be created of some sort of problem. Oh, what happened? Yeah. So simply what I'm saying here, it is so important, listen the teaching. Before listen the teaching, you need to check the person who giving you teaching. Make sure the teacher, is a qualified teacher. Make sure the teaching is authentic. Third, you need to know what is the benefit, what are the benefit of listening, studying teachings. The conclusion here, if the benefit of listening teaching is for you able to control any kinds of negative thoughts. Very easy. Not only easy, if you're listening the authentic teaching and properly, you will attain nirvana very quickly, very swiftly. This is the benefit of teaching, and dispel the darkness delusion. Then respect is we just need to know how you actually listen the teaching. There's two parts. When you listen teaching, for example, you are a sick person, you are in front of the doctor. The doctor is going to give you instruction. That time, if you are totally, kind of focusless person, you cannot focus what the doctor said. Then for you, very easy to cure the sickness, right? Am I right? Therefore, abandoning the three folds of the vessel, relying on the sixth idea. So I will go through this one, then we can start our actual class. So when we listen teaching, we have to be free from three things. The vessel may have the flowing three folds, being upside down. Let's say you have a pot. You need to drink, clear water, healthy water. You have a pot. If the pot you put, upside down, then the water cannot go in. Number one, being upside down. Number two, the pot is not upside down, it's a right side up, but being dirty, not so clean. The pot is put, right upside, the water go in. If the pot is very dirty, can you drink the water? Cannot. Yes, the pot, the vessel is right side up, very clean, but having a leaky bottom. Is up, right upside. It's a very clean. The pot has a hole. The water going to leak. So can you drink the water? Cannot. There's no water. Right? No water. Therefore, when you listen to the teaching, first you must listen to the teaching with the mindfulness, like you are listening instruction from the doctor. Very carefully listen to the doctor. Second, your motivation must be very pure, very clean, very pure. Because you're going to attend the teaching, not only here in the future, attend the teaching, not just only increase your knowledge. You're going to attend the teaching because you're not going to defeat others. You have only one reason to attend the teachings. What is the reason? Free from suffering. Free from suffering is our aim. to attend the teaching. Therefore, motivation must be very pure. Right? Generally, when we do any kind of good action good, many times motivation wasn't good. So your intention, your motivation have to be very clean. Then number 3, having a leaky bottom. If it has a 3 falls, even though the rain falls, those leaky. That means yes, you are focusfully listening to the teaching. Your intention, your motivation is very pure, very great, but it's a common problem. You cannot remember, right? It's a very common problem. I'm not criticizing all of you. Somehow, the modern people who study the modern education, their memory kind of is very weak. Somehow, I really don't know why. You listen teaching this morning, afternoon you already forget. You cannot remember all the teaching, taught by Buddha, taught by other master. At the end, you say, what did he say? You forget. A leaky, bottom vessel. Therefore, first, listen focusfully with a pure motivation. Try to remember as much as you can. Why I have to remember this, all of this, right? You can think, why I need to remember? I have a books, I have a laptop, I have a mobile. Why I need to remember? Yes, one day you cannot see laptop. Your eyes become very weak. You cannot read the Dharma books, eyes very weak. You have a laptop, you have a mobile, but there's no battery. You cannot remember, right? The best, you try to remember all the meaning. You really install all the meaning in your mind and reflect again and again. And one day you cannot see, laptop and mobile. You cannot see the books. You cannot speak. Your physical become very weak. Still, you can remember the Dharma. Still remember how to practice Dharma. You can see the last stage. We have another friend who are hospitalized recently. When the friend visit the patients, she cannot hear anything. She cannot speak. Likewise, one day we become like that. Our best friend, around us, they are trying to speak us, we cannot hear. In our mind, we think, I want to say something. I want to say something, you cannot. You're going to say, oh, my banking net passport is, you want to say, you cannot. Still, you remember. Therefore, it is so important us, because we are over like 50 or 60, we really need to remember what we learn we need to remember. We must have everything must be, stored in our mind. Then, while we are dying, still you can remember the practice. Then you can die within the practicing Dharma. Then next life, 100% sure, can say 100% sure you can born into good rebirth, no doubt. But otherwise, you only rely on the books and laptop and mobile, then one day you suddenly anything happen for us, you become paralyzed. You cannot speak, you cannot hear anything, you just become piece of like a dead body. You can see, we have been seeing so many people like that, right? Therefore, it is very, very important to install everything in your mind. Should not be like the leaky, like a bottom vessel. So remember everything. The next, rely on the 6 ideas, very important. How to listen? Listen with the 3 qualities. With the mindfulness, with the pure motivation, and try to remember as much as you can. Lesson morning, forget in the afternoon. Lesson today, or you forget tomorrow. Then, really, you really cannot accumulate your understanding of Dharma. So if somebody asks question, they say, okay, let me read, let me open the books. again, you need to open the book. Somehow you have to be, like you have to be yourself kind of little kind of electric dictionary. But everything's stored in your mind. Very useful. Then when you sit on the plane, you sit on the MRT, you no need to open books. You just sit there and you can practice Dharma. Even though the worst case in the future, we really don't know what happened after 20 years, after like 50 years, after 20 years, maybe there's a time will come, Singapore is totally going to ban, practice Dharma, practice religion. Maybe whole world going to ban practicing a religion. No Dharma books, no any electronic, religious book, but we still practice Dharma. Therefore, in Tibet, 1950s or 60s, 70s, 80s, there are so many Tibetan layperson or monks and full orders. They practice Dharma purely without having any Dharma books. Remember one of the Rinpoche, Choden Rinpoche from Sera. He visited Singapore many times. So he was totally kind of, he was totally, alone in one family house. He was totally look like a prison. One family, he really protect him, give a food and drink. He was there almost 20 plus. No Dharma books, cannot, no Buddha statue. But he practiced Dharma, very profoundly for many, many years because of the memory. Right? Then, when another important one, rely on the 6 idea. Relying on the 6 ideas. Idea is not the right words. We can say rely on the 6 Tibetan we say rely is okay, idea. Geshe. Anyway, so rely on the 6 ideas. That means you need to remember the 6, like a different kind of perception of 6. So I will go one by one. Number 1, among the 6 idea, thinking of yourself as a sick person. Because Dharma is like a medicine. We are always need to remember, I am sick person. Right? 6%. 6 by anger, attachment. So we 6 with the negative emotion. Not only 1 lifetime, 2 lifetimes. So millions of years, we are sick by the negative thoughts. Always need to remember, Dharma is like a medicine. All the Buddhas, all the qualified gurus and teachers are like a doctor. I am sick person. Sick person. If you are sick, we need to eat the medicine. Number 1. Then number 2, thinking of the instructor as a doctor. Instructor in another. Right now I'm the instructor. I'm the coach. Right? Instructor like a doctor. Number 3, number 3rd, thinking of the instructor explanation as a medicine. That means you are look a sick person. The teacher and guru are look a doctor. The teaching is the, explanation. The teaching explanation as a medicine. 4th, thinking of earnest patient as the way to cure your disease. So in order to cure the disease, I need to take the medicine continuously. Cannot take few days, stop, cannot. Continuously, I need to practice the Dharma until I am free from suffering. Yes? Therefore, we need to practice Dharma all the time. Number 4. Number 5, thinking of the Tathagata as excellent being. Number 5, wish that the teaching will endure for a long time. 6th idea. Number 1. What's the number 1? Idea number 1. Thinking of myself as a 6%. What is the number 2? Thinking of the instructor as a doctor. Number 3, thinking of the instructor explanation as medicine. Number 4, thinking of the earnest patient as the way to cure your disease. Number 5, thinking of the Tathagata as excellent being. That means Buddhas are excellent being. The number 6, wish that the teaching will endure for a long time. Right? Each has a reason. If you always need to remember, I'm sick person, then you will take the medicine continuously on time. Right? Doctors say you take this medicine in the morning, but you take the medicine afternoon, then the disease cannot be cured. I'm a sick person. I need to practice the Dharma for 24 hours. Anywhere. You no need to stay in the temple. You no need to stay at home. You can practice Dharma anywhere. Anywhere. Even though you are taking shower, you are in the toilet, you can practice Dharma. One day I very clearly remember, History of the Lama said, we can practice bodhicitta, great compassion, renunciation, all the practice we can practice while you're on the toilet bowl. But he says something bit, ugly, bit difficult to visualize the deity in the toilet. Right? Therefore, we can practice Dharma anywhere, every time. Remember your patience. Right? Patience. Therefore, look at when you ask question yourself, you ask question yourself, am I happy? Am I happy? Answer is, you say, yes, no. Then you say, yeah, I'm this, from this point of view, I'm happy. From that point of view, I'm not happy. And somehow you can feel I'm not happy. Because some of my neighbors, the daughter, one day, usually she, chit chat with me in the morning, she come for swimming. One day he asking me, hey friend, I'm not happy. I'm not so happy because she's very rich, have a lot of properties. I'm not happy. Then I ask you, why you are not so happy? What's make you unhappy? Why are what's make you unhappy? And she says, yes, you're right. I don't know why I'm not happy. Right? So when you feel I'm not happy, you don't just suddenly you do chanting and prayer prostration. You need to find the cause why you are not happy. Right? When you try to find the cause to make you very unhappy, the cause can be two. One is kind of one cause can be changeable. You can change. You can control. Some cause you cannot control. Like Singapore weather is hot for 12 months. So you have to be happy with the hot weather. So sometimes you feel very unhappy because weather is so hot. For example, when you go to Ladakh, winter time, the weather is extremely cold. All the running water, even the river become frozen. That time, I need to know I'm not happy because of the cold weather. Then I should ask question, can I change the weather? I cannot. Then what? Just try to be happy with the cold weather. Right? So when you feel I'm not happy, you need to check you need to analyze what are the cause to be you to be unhappy. When you realize I'm not happy this reason, then ask, can I change this condition or not? If you cannot change, what? Not be happy with this condition. Therefore, somehow everybody feel in your deep mind, in your heart, somehow I'm not happy. Sometimes you are not happy because you think too much. Or sometimes you think too much for your future. Right? Many people say, I need to secure my future. I need to save money for my future. So you cannot save a lot of money, therefore you feel a bit worry about your future. Right? But the fact is, we really don't know how long future I can live. Particularly this day, things are very, 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 very uncertainty. The food we consume, the food we eat, very unhealthy food. The drink we take every day, very unhealthy. The environment we live already become very unhealthy. The world where we live is become very turmoil. We really don't know what happened, next few years. Sometimes we think I can live another maybe 40 or 50 or 60 years. There's no certainty. Therefore, so through study, we have to do the good preparation to live happy life, live happily with any condition. One day will come, you can have just only one time meal. Just have a breakfast, no lunch, no dinner. Also, you need to prepare how you can, be happy even though having just one time meal. One day will come, this day everybody taking maybe like a one time, definitely we take shower once a day. One day will come, you cannot take shower every day, maybe once a month. Come, you have to prepare, right? So right now we are in Singapore with a very good condition, weather is very stable, very clean, everything very convenience. One day, maybe we have to move somewhere, there's nothing. Still we have to. So through Dharma, if you have a good understanding of Dharma, you can live happily everywhere without having a lot of the external conditions, right? Conditions. So today is our first class. As for beginner, it's a kind of introduction of Buddhism. So we have another like a few minutes. So when we, as a Buddhist, right, in the past, like a Tibetan, live only within the Tibet. Maybe few of Tibetan maybe went to Nepal, went to China, maybe went to few of the Tibetan went China, Mongolia, Nepal. Even in China, the average people, Chinese people live in China. Maybe few of them go here and there. Most of them live in their own kind of territory. We don't have a lot of, explore with other tradition, other culture. Right now, look like, we have a different nation, Malaysia, Thailand, but we have different name. Actually, look like we are living with one nation. Things very close. Things can see very easy each other. Therefore, as a Buddhist, yes, you can be Buddhist, you can be free thinker, you can follow other religion, but we must respect, those people who believe in other religion. Also, we must have a good respect those people who are free thinker. Sometimes we are very discriminating. I'm Buddhist, oh, other religions, are no good. I'm believer, or my brother, sister, they don't believe in Dharma. You really, look down, you discriminate. We should not, number one. Number two, within the Buddhist, I always, very much emphasize. Within the Buddhist, we have a true Buddhist, like a tradition. We use the tradition, Theravada and Mahayana. Theravada and Mahayana. We use tradition. we must say there's a two different way, practicing Buddhism. But as a Buddhist, also we discriminate within these two, tradition. Both they follow by Buddha. Both follow the Buddha teaching. Both are Buddhists. Within the Buddhists, also we discriminate. It's should not. Within the, let's say, Mahayan Buddhist, you follow Mahayan. Then there's a Korean, like a Japanese or Chinese or Tibetan. There's so many different, like a Mahayan tradition. Also, we discriminate. Should not. We must have a good respect for all Buddhist tradition who follow Buddhist tradition. We must have a good respect those people who follow the different Mahayan traditions. Right? Make sure. So sometimes you follow this tradition, you discriminate other tradition. You follow this Lama, you discriminate others. We should not. We are first, we have to think reality is the truth. That Hisulis always say, all human beings are same. Whether you are rich, poor, you are Buddhist or you are non-Buddhist, you are old, you are young, you are ugly, you are beautiful. We are actually same. I'm a monk, I must think, have an audience, audience, I'm a little different than you, but actually we are, I'm angry, you also angry. I'm happy, also you are happy. So we have a same kind of nature. We are still all human beings on the planet is actually same. Right? And second, as a Buddhist, no matter which tradition they follow, we must think we are follow the same guru, which is the Buddha Shakyamuni. We follow the same teaching taught by Buddha. We should not discriminate. Then, at the end, so you receive teaching from different masters. Most importantly, the most important, practice the Dharma as much as you can. As much as you can. Why? Few reasons. Reason number one, right now you are quite energetic. You can go here and there, you can meet people, you can visit different places, you can visit different restaurants, you can enjoy your life with the others. Slowly, when we are getting older, 70 years, 80 years, 80 plus, then what happened? When you are around 80 plus, you cannot go anywhere. You're too old. You don't have a lot of friends to come and talk to you, chit-chat with you. But mostly, then we have to stay alone in the house. If you are very lucky, if we are very lucky, we can stay alone in the house. If you're not lucky, then we have to spend our time at nursing home. So I have experience, because I visited many nursing homes in the US. I have visited a few times in Singapore. Actually, the nursing home is one of the kind of the worst place to live. Because the environment, those people, so difficult to live there. When you have a good understanding of Dharma, you physically alone in your house, still you really have a happy life. You are doing chanting, you are doing meditation, you are visualizing all Buddha, Bodhisattva. You're very happy with alone. You never feel loneliness. Particularly when you need to stay in the nursing home, you can see the nurses and the doctor who are taking care, they verbally say, hey, good morning, how are you? So happy to see you. They are not happy to see you. No, this uncle is very annoying. This auntie is very annoying. This uncle is not happy. Verbally say, oh, so happy to see you. No. No. Then you realize, oh, I'm in the nursing home. The condition is very difficult. But if you remember the Dharma, doesn't affect anything for you. The nursing, the doctor, the food, the place, you can live happily. You can live happily in this world. Therefore, practice Dharma as much as you can now. When you're getting older, then you have the experience how to practice Dharma. Then you never feel loneliness. Then you never, annoy with other condition. Right? For example, the best example we can say, in Tibet, there are so many high practitioners who practice Dharma alone in the cave, like a Milarepa, right? He spent almost his life alone in the cave, in the forest, under the rock. He always lived with a sense of happiness, sense of joyness because of the Dharma. In his cave, he didn't have a lot of Dharma books because whatever he received teaching from Lama Marpa, other master, he installed in his mind. And therefore he can practice Dharma all the time, right? So today we can stop our class here. The next, we will start from the Sutra of the Will of Dharma for a few classes. Then we enter into the Rice Seedling Sutra. So since today, you try to read this book, as much as you can, you read by yourself. You try to understand the meaning, right? The next time when Sunday when we have class, I will, explain you a little bit. Then we must go through Q&A. All class 3 parts. First, I explain you. Second, Q&A. Third, we must do short-term meditation every Sunday. That means, look like you listen to the doctor, get the prescription, and eat the medicine. You must have to understand. After you eat the medicine, you need to feel, your headache going to minimize. Right? So through meditation, then you're going to feel, the Dharma you learn, the first in the morning, early morning. Not only that, slowly then you're going to learn how to practice, how to do, the proper meditation. We have so many misunderstanding about meditation. So therefore, particularly when we study the middle stage of the meditation, things become very clear about meditations. Right? Okay, today is the first day as a beginner class for the beginner class. So I explained through the Lamrim. Because at the end, somehow, so we start Lamrim after maybe I'm not sure after how many months. And thank you so much for attending the class. Then also, I'm not going to do all the chanting, which as a beginner, generally we take refuge and generally bodhicitta, and we can start class. At the end, without reciting the verses, we can do the dedications. So this is how we will go through our class. Beginning, taking refuge, generating bodhicitta, start class, Q&A, meditation, at the end, dedication. So dedication is very important in general, particularly this day. We can see there's so many problems all over the world. We can see, we can hear through the news, through the the newspaper, through the digital kind of platform. We can see when we hear there's a war between Russia and Ukraine. Every day, many people lost their life. Many people has a lot of problem, and also the Middle East, a lot of problem. As an ordinary person, what we can do? We cannot control the war. We cannot talk to the people who has the power. We can do one thing. We can dedicate. We can dedicate the merit or world peace. That's what dedication is very important. Okay, at the end, this morning, we already we all started our class with a good motivation. Also, we learned a few things about Dharma. All the merit we have accumulated this morning. First, we dedicate ourselves to able to practice the pure Dharma and able to achieve Buddhahood to benefit all sentient beings. Second, we dedicate all the merit to benefit all sentient beings, particularly dedicate the merit for all peace. Peace between different countries, peace between different, within your families. Spread the peace all over the world. Last, we dedicate the merit to live long life all the lineage gurus who giving teaching all over the world, to live long life, spread the pure dharma into 10 directions to benefit all kinds of people. Particularly live long life, the His Holiness, the 14th Dalai Lama. Jide yangbe yagang dangje do mine chune zase zade maru muge guba kunje zere ne me de ye Changjo senjo rimbo she ma ye pana ki gyo je yawa ne ba me one gongdo perwa sho. So thank you so much for attending the class. Traditionally, usually, after teaching, people offer the empower. Empower, what was the red buckets? Empower. You know need to offer me. So when you come in TBC, you offer a light. Offer a light is very important. Then if you want, you can top up some donation here there. Please no need to bring the empower. What called? Empower for me. Okay, so sometimes people, each class, they, there's tradition to bring the empower, right? Empower. So thank you so much. Have a happy Sunday. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Thank you. Who are attending the class?
Thank you.
Yeah, Christine Ko, I understand. Then Iran T. Let's see.